Hey, it's the Fatboy Show on RX Radio. Hoping you're doing great today and feeling excited about the day and about the year, the new year 2023, of course, with its fair share of challenges. You know, in order to appreciate the good, you also got to get a small taste of the bad.
That's how you know that, oh, by the way, I've been crying, but it can be worse.
Because you can't experience joy if you haven't first been sad, you see.
No.
So evil and good and happiness and sadness must coexist.
Exactly.
It's a symbiotic relationship.
So do you appreciate your life before you were a father or your life after you were a father?
Well, fortunately, I haven't yet borne the heavy brunt of fatherhood because I guess she's still very young.
And right now, most of the caring falls onto the mom's hands.
Yes, and I don't know if it's just my child, but she's not very much of a crier. And yet I noticed children, or maybe it's just her age, because I noticed like babies or toddlers who are like 1 year old, one and a half, they can scream their heads off.
Yeah, there is that. She could be actually a very quiet girl.
She just mostly whimpers.
And fusses a bit.
Yeah, and then as soon as she's picked up, she just keeps quiet.
No, she may not be a crier. And if she's not a crier, you're lucky. And especially the mom is a very lucky woman, because a baby that cries is irritating. But sometimes the non-criers start crying when they hit the terrible twos.
Really? Is that when they start?
Oh, some of them.
Well,
not
I
all
like
of
to
them.
think maybe it's an inherited trait because
You were not a crier.
I'm quiet. I'm a quiet person.
But what does your mother say about you as a baby?
I need to ask. I don't know what kind of a baby I was.
You
I'd
need
like
to find out.
Well, speaking of crying, there's been a lot of crying going on social media regarding this NSSF scandal that is just, unleashing more panic with more and more layers being peeled away. So as I understand it, there was some concern over the safety of people's savings over some reports that came out that showed that there was illicit behavior.
That the fund doesn't have money.
Yes. Corruption and so forth.
Yes.
While at the same time, there's controversy surrounding the reappointment of the supposed to be outgoing MD.
Yes.
Who had reached retirement age, but then the questions about should he stay, should he go.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know the full details of it. I don't know if you can explain it to me a bit better. What is it specifically that is the point of concern for most people?
Okay, like you said, there was the point of concern that because they take money off our salaries every month, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there was concern that because some of the president ordered that the outgoing MD, the supposed to be
Richard
outgoing
Byarugaba.
Yes, he ordered that he should be investigated over allegations of corruption and mishandling the fund. So people have been concerned. Is our money safe? Because you don't want to wake up one day where you thought you had 40, 50, 100 million and it's not there because it was squandered. But the State Minister for Finance and General Duties, Henry Musasizi, has affirmed that the savings in the National Social Security Fund are safe.
But also, why would people panic? Because this is a national social security fund, which is backed by the government. If it were a private social security institution, then yeah, if it goes bust, then possibly you lose all your money. But if this is a state institution, is it under what scenario would the money, even if it were to be misappropriated, could it not be replaced by the state?
So what Richard
they can either print more money or tax people more.
But you don't just print more money. That's inflation. But what Byarugaba is mostly known for actually is that he has handled the money in the sense that he gets the money and invests it. That's why you get messages from NSSF where they say, "Hi, Jameson N, this year you made this kind of due to this interest. This is how much you made," because he has been investing. But now most Ugandans don't know that their money is invested well. They keep thinking that probably people just go to the fund and get money, so it means that they will not get their money. But also there is this thing, government has recently borrowed money from the fund. Yet, in essence, what is supposed to happen is that the fund is supposed to handle savers' money, and in the event that that money has not been handled well or some investments have gone bad, they run to the government to help them with some money so that they can pay the savers. So here where the fund is lending government, that is a cause for concern. You're like, okay, so in the event that the government, which is already indebted, can't pay back the money, do we get our money?
I don't know. It seems people are panicking for nothing.
But in Uganda, anything can happen. We have corruption. We have a government that lives beyond its means. That's why we are struggling as a country, and we have all these taxes levied upon us because the government cannot. I mean, I saw a report this week in The Observer saying that the State House alone spends 2.8 billion shillings a day.
A day?
That's what they said.
2.8 billion a day?
That's what The Observer said.
Wow, what do they spend it on? Food?
I have no idea. And right now the government is asking for a supplement, the State House is asking for a supplementary budget of 490 billion shillings.
Wow.
And the question is, what are you going to spend all that money on?
Do you know
are
what
you
they
buying
need to do?
guns?
Do you know what they need to do? They need to reduce on the food budget, because do you remember when we went there? The first thing they did was they sent us to the kitchen to eat, to the dining to eat.
Exactly.
And there was a big dining hall. So apparently, as it turns out, the visitors to State House are all treated to a meal.
Don't you remember the president asking us, have you eaten?
Yes.
I don't want people to come to my house and they don't eat.
So it's like for him, it's customary that visitors to the State House are first fed nicely.
I think he's in that. I don't
And it
fault
was
him, but
good
how
food.
much do you think is the money pay? How much do you think is the food budget really?
It must be quite high. But anyway, that aside, so you firmly believe that people should feel safe regarding this, or I mean, are you buying the government's explanation? Are you consoled by the remarks?
I think
by
the
the State
money,
Minister of
so far
Finance?
so good. I think the money is safe, but also there has been a lot of talk between the Minister of Gender and is it Social Development, Betty Amongi, and supposed to be outgoing NSSF director, because NSSF right now has 1.3 million savers, and Amongi has a budget of 6 billion shillings that she wants NSSF to give her so that she runs a certain campaign to make the 1.3 million savers 15 million. And
in what capacity?
I don't know what she plans to do, but Byarugaba refused to give her that money.
Thank you.
And the minute he was told to step aside a bit, he's now the guy who is running the fund at the moment, tabled the budget.
You see, I think the issue with Byarugaba is that I'm sure he knows where the bones are buried. And obviously there's a lot of political influence and things happening that we don't know about. You know, some people go as far as accusing NSSF of essentially just being the piggy bank of
the government,
powerful individuals, and so on and so forth. Those types of allegations. So it's easy to imagine that he's been pulled in several directions by powerful people.
Yes, and what's going on
some
here?
people are angry and want to take it out on him.
That's very true, because what is happening right now is that there is a fight between technocrats, that being Byarugaba, and then the political class. The political class, represented by the Minister of Gender, they want to have the last say. And she is the one that refused to put his contract renewal aside. Yeah.
Okay. Well, anyway, let's just hope that they figure it out and are able to give people the satisfaction of, peace of mind that they are seeking. Or it could just be that everyone on social media is always looking for something to be afraid of, a new controversy. People are addicted to anxiety. I've noticed.
In this country, we are not new to controversy, because there is always something that comes up and you're like, oh my goodness. So we were here struggling, we were here suffering, schools increasing school fees, yet these guys are out there enjoying our money.
Yeah, you also work hard, get there, and you also enjoy the money.
Is it working hard really, or it's working smart?